Hi, welcome back to PsychologyWorks. I'm Dr. Greenaway, and today we're going to be talking about how to stop getting so angry. So it's pretty normal to find yourself getting angry, frustrated, irritated, that sort of thing. But where does it come from? And if we find out where it comes from, then we can find out, is there something we can do to help us not get so angry? Well, let's think about this for a second. If you've seen other videos, you know that I operate under this principle of cognitive therapy that states that your emotion, whatever mood you're having, is based on the thoughts, the beliefs that you have. These can be two different kinds. They might be in-the-moment thoughts. For example, if somebody pulls out in front of you when you're driving and you don't think they should have, you have a lot of thoughts about that situation. They're disrespecting me. They don't care who is coming down the road. Whatever it is, you're having thoughts about that driver, the meaning of what that says about you, that you had somebody pull out in front of you, etc. And then it's those thoughts and beliefs that actually trigger the irritation or the anger or the frustration. It is not the fact that the person pulled out in front of you at the wrong time. It's your thoughts and ideas and beliefs about it. Then you have to ask, what are your philosophies in general about people or yourself that might be underlying that situation? So for example, let's say you have the thought, that person totally disrespected me by pulling out in front of me. And then you're upset because you have also a deeper belief that people should not do things that disrespect other people. It's a pretty common belief, but it really is a made-up rule that you shouldn't disrespect people. So one, the person has that philosophy. Two, they have the belief that this person actually did disrespect them. And so it's like we have these rules. We call them shoulds, musts, have-tos. So, people shouldn't pull out in front of other people unless there's enough space. And then when the real world does not match up with these shoulds and musts and have-tos, those are the ingredients needed for frustration. So first we have a rule in our head of how the world should be. For example, people should wait until there's enough space, and people shouldn't pull out in front of somebody if they have to make that person slow down. Then you've got a real world situation that doesn't match that rule. You have someone who does pull out, causing the other driver to have to slow down. So they're not matching up. That's what's going to cause irritation. In almost every situation where you're irritated, frustrated, angry, if you can change your rules to match what you observe in reality to be true, irritation, frustration, anger will go down immensely. So think about that. If you're getting into your car and you're driving, and you think to yourself, from my observation, when I'm driving a 20-minute drive, there will be about 1 to 2 people who will pull out in front of me, causing me to have to slow down. There will be about 3 to 5 people who will zoom past me and pull in front of me. And I know this is true. This is how the world works because I've observed it, I've lived it enough to know that that's what to expect. So then when it does happen, you're driving down the road, somebody pulls out in front of you abruptly, someone else zooms past you and gets in the lane in front of you, you would say, yes, it's exactly what I was expecting. It's perfect. And then you don't feel the irritation, the frustration. You might also think to yourself, they're disrespecting me. And then you notice that thought. You maybe couldn't help the thought, it's automatic. But then what you can do is choose to respond to that thought differently. So instead of just going with it and believing, they disrespected me, now my set of rules says I have to disrespect them or else I'm not a man. Or if I let them get away with that, then they're going to do that more often, and they need to learn the lesson, and I'm just the guy to show it to them. So we can change all that and just think, it has nothing to do with me. And even if it did, if that driver said, watch me disrespect this person, and they zoom in front, that still doesn't mean that I have to follow some rule that says they're not allowed to disrespect me, I have to disrespect them, or else I'm weak, I'm going to let people walk all over me. No, you can just think that person disrespects people, and I was one of them. They're probably going to do it to 8 other cars that are in front of them later. It's okay. And in fact, just slow down and let them kind of get away so you can get back to enjoying the fun parts of the drive. But don't take it personally, and don't think that somehow it says something about you if you just allow it and let it go, because you're really not going to change anyone. You're not going to teach them anything. In fact, it might just make them feel a little bit better if you flip them the bird, you bang on your horn, whatever it is you do that shows irritation will somehow be rewarding and enjoyable to them. So better to just let the world happen, accept that people will pull out in front of you, accept that people will speed past you, expect that there are some people, a small percentage of the population, who drive much slower than the speed limit, and they may happen to be in front of you, but just allow for that, welcome it, accept it. It's reality, you've observed it, I've observed it. So instead of pretending like this time it'll be different when I get out on that road, everyone's going to be driving my speed and nobody will pull in front of me, and it'll be great. So just give up that notion, accept reality. Now you can apply this to so many other things in life as well. You can apply it to people having different religious beliefs than you. You can apply it to people having different political beliefs than you. You can apply it to the weather. You can apply it to anything, the ways people act and the ways people think. Now, if it starts to become something that is violent or aggressive, now we need a different set of strategies, and maybe this wouldn't be as helpful for something like that. But for most things that cause us our irritation, the more we can learn what our should rules are, give up those, change our expectations to match what we observe to be true, and just allow the world to happen with our observation of it. And you'll see that the irritation, the anger goes down immensely. And the more you do this, you start to realize it's fine. It all works out just the same anyway. And that will help encourage you to keep doing it more. And it becomes just sort of a new way of being calm, peaceful, relaxed, or fun, jubilant, and extroverted, but still without this anger that sometimes comes. So take that with you. Let me know in the comments if you've had experience with this, if you've tried any of this and it's helping. That would be great. And it would be very helpful if you like the video, like it, leave a comment, and please subscribe. The more subscribers I get, hey, you know, the more subscribers, the better. That's the rule I always live by. You should subscribe. If you don't, I'm going to be very irritated with you and upset. No, just not really. Anyway, take care, and remember, psychology works.